relationship between Uganda and China is rooted in friendship, and we therefore view each other's development as its own opportunity, and together we seek to promote mutual development and prosperity.
You are not meeting just government people, you're meeting government people who have a sense of business and what to do for Africa. And we will really work with you to ensure that we can achieve the strategic objective for C&D, but also for Uganda. We have 16 million cows. Our cows are the ancient cows. They are 5,000 years old, like China. They have long horns. Their meat is very well marbled. It has yellow fat. Yellow fat does not cause cholesterol. White fat causes cholesterol. I think, Ida, you have to stop me if I take a long time. Just stop me. Don't worry. Cows. So we produce 5.5 billion liters of milk every year. 5.5 billion liters. But we only process 360 million. So there's gap. Process meaning to make powder, make yogurt, make long life milk. 360 million out of 5.5 billion. So we need 2 large-size capacity plants to take powder. So we sell, for example, casein, which is a protein in milk that is used for pharmaceuticals. We have sold some here. We sell some we sell some through Hong Kong. Hong Kong is part of China, so that's our belief. So we're looking for investment in powder of large capacity, not just supply China, just supply Nigeria, supply Algeria. These markets are open to us. This is one of the types of fish. This is small. This is about 25 kilograms. It's called Nile perch. So, again, stop me if I take long because I really can preach about my country. So, for you to produce Nile perch, you need 1.5 kilos. Actually, no, that's tilapia. Nile perch is caught wild. Because tilapia, you know about tilapia?
Tilapia. Yeah.
So for you to produce a kilo of tilapia, you need 1.5 kilograms of feeds. So now we have 100,000 tons in the whole country, 100,000 tons of fish feed factory. We are only doing 168,000 tons. Our target is 1 million tons. So there's a balance of 760,000. Please, my numbers can really dizzy you. But all I'm trying to tell you, there's a gap, there's an opportunity. And we don't want you to bring this is Nile perch, just outside and tell you. So the whole of East Africa, Kenya, where my brother lives, and Ethiopia are the biggest exporters of flowers. In between them, they have about 5,000 hectares of flowers. But Uganda now has orders for Britain. There's one company that imports 40% of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Brendan will tell you the name. We don't want to mention it. We are trying to take a portion with Kenya and Ethiopia and combine to deal with the market of Europe. So even here we have need. I know this is not your product. So fruits and vegetables.
Just before you go to fruit, I wonder whether you give ladies flowers of vanity. Yeah, in China.
Red roses in China are big. They don't know what Valentine is. You know, like the Europeans have one day for lovers, one day in the year for people who love each other. They carry red flowers.
Do you have it here?
Yeah. No, but it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
Or you don't give flowers to ladies?
Yeah,
We normally give money.
So Ida, you should see who was clapping behind me. Anyway, so these avocados, now we are growing what you call Hass avocado. Hass, okay, now everyone from Peru to Mexico, they do Hass Chile. So Uganda has a unique type of species this big, very big, but so they have a small skin. When they fall down, they rot quickly. So now they are telling us that those big cannot sell, that one person cannot eat one and finish it. But this is just like telling you that you should not store tofu, right, in a particular Chinese way. You know, there's tofu for South Korea, tofu for Japanese, tofu for... It's tofu, but it's different. Huh? In fact, in South Korea, there's something they call kimchi. I don't know if you know about it.
Yes.
So kimchi has been an ancient food for South Koreans for 300 years. The Americans said kimchi cannot go in the fridge. And so the South Koreans started to abandon kimchi because they would have to store it in pots underground. So someone has invented something called daemchi. Daemchi is a machine that keeps kimchi the same conditions as it was kept 300 years ago. But that's patent. When you work with an international company, you can now find technology to grow a thick skin for this avocado, but also you sell it as special. They have not been to Uganda. So Brenda, when Wilson is next in Uganda, please get those and he tests them. And you can see the difference. So this, we are creating a place at our airport to fly vegetables. If we can, take them frozen to Asia, to Europe. We're trying to improve that. The same with maize grain. This is maize, corn. It's a different type of corn, not the yellow one. But this is in Zambia, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, heavy consumption of this. Just I'm about to finish. You are not interested in poultry, so don't worry. But if I tell you a very strange story, Poland brings eggs to Central African Republic. Poland, they fly an aircraft and they land eggs competitively because there are fewer producers of chicken and eggs. These are investment opportunities that quickly can generate money for a large company and make some money out of Africa by giving capabilities to people and giving them the best chickens and then sell the eggs to UNDP, to everyone. Taking a lot of time. Sugar, no interest, because I know that we're high-cost producers and we might be sourcing good sugar from other places. Tourism, these are volcanic lakes. So you go on a mountain and you find a volcanic lake and build on a home, or we have many like this across the country. Actually, this is taken near my home in one of the game parks, Mburo. So we have, so when I had Brian said we don't know which company is getting from farmers, the work of that lady there, Brenda, is to get companies that can supply you the kind of coffee or commodities you want, because we run a catalog of those companies, and we're building that catalog strong. So as I finish, these are the things we're solving. We come to the market like you, like now how we are in China. We appoint a trade representative, we set up a hub, we conduct research, so we can know the tastes and preferences, so that Africa and Uganda is not unknown to you. You have an idea where to go beyond the embassy. The embassy, diplomacy, but business has to be different. So we're going to work with our team at CN Light to see what we can do in Guangzhou, so that we can have some relationship. We are also making food standards because China demands that for you to bring beef here, the customs office must approve you. You must sign protocols. It is very important that we have standards which are Chinese approved. That's what we work on. We will do that also with coffee, test profiles, work with C&D, if you source from us. We can work with good, smart clearing agents, work with our revenue authorities, because we've done it for a country called Serbia. I'm going there from here. We've done a sample shipment. We now know what it takes, costing, everything. As long as we understand that you have a large size capacity order, we get suppliers, we work on the infrastructure with you, you come and visit the country, and if you want to invest at a very elemental level in the farm, you can do that. If you don't, we can source this. So finally, we have set up an export credit fund. So if you give me an order for coffee, I will give money to my suppliers to give you and say, you pay in 6 months after you have sold. You know what that does for you? You don't store your capital in Uganda. We do it ourselves. Now, when the size of the orders grow, then we can now use this fund to borrow more money as long as you're paying. That is to make sure that prosperity is a shared risk. We don't just say, oh, you come, set up, this is what Sukafina tells us. Sorry, I'm using Sukafina as an example. You don't have infrastructure. You don't have labs. You don't know how to ship in the world. So we'll keep taking raw material. That's okay. How can Lavazza just signed with Pepsi China 4 years ago to supply all Pepsi China outlets through Yum China. Yum is one of your coffee companies. Where is Lavazza getting the coffee from? Uganda. Where do they roast it? Turin. They ship it to China. They also ship it over us to South Africa. No. We belong to a generation that thinks different. If I can't work with you on improving capabilities of our country, because CN Technology will have to assemble laptops and computers for 15 million school children. That's the only way you are able to say, if they can do it for the children of Uganda, how about Kenya? How about Tanzania? How the market now, you become the leader. So, in other words, this export credit funding allows us to begin to support processing, begin to support transportation, things which really you would struggle with. You are in commodities, you are in pharmaceuticals, you are in infrastructure, you are in real estate. I mean, if you want to establish some hotels and convention centers in Uganda, we can work with you on land and particular incentives to be able to build. So if I want to host 100,000 people in one location, I don't have any place in Uganda to do it. We can look at other areas so that it's a rounded picture. If I sign with you a broad memorandum of understanding, we can begin to see which area should come first, which area. So I would want to start with coffee, and then we can bring on other products. So on commodities, if you want to go to what we call elemental level, I hope this English is not too hard.
No, that's too hard for me.
Elemental level means that you want to set up a production farm for coffee. You get 50 square miles. You set up your own coffee plantation, you do your packaging, roasting. If you want to do that, we can talk about it. But if that is too much, and you want to buy from Uganda, we can say, let's have a target for roasting in Uganda. Let's say 7,000 metric tons of roasted coffee. Then you take out 10,000 metric tons of green. No problem. You are leaving some processing capacity in the country. You are taking green, but also some processing. But you could also say, but how about we do it ourselves? We set up a roastery in Uganda. What can you do for us? Okay, we will get you land for the roastery. We will remove all taxes on packaging material. We will remove taxes on roastery machines. You fly, you put them in and do whatever you want to do. And we will not charge a tax on any kilo you export. But what we have done is that you will now be taking out coffee that is roasted and it has a slightly better price left in the country than green. What more? We can say, okay, can we share the risk? Can government do 20% and we do 80% so that it's state to state? That we can talk about it. Now, finally, I am so interested in these 20,000 stores. Really, really. Just, how can I, just allow me in each of those stores to put 10 kilos of Uganda coffee so people can see, oh, yeah, from Uganda, then they will start to ask.
Starbucks, the stores, they have some kind of the small packaging. They Uganda coffee. I remember.
Coffee that says Uganda is not roasted in Uganda. Is bought as green. It is called guilty conscience. So in the US and Western Europe, they have something called fair trade. They recognize that for many years, they've literally taken value out of poor countries, so they have to do something. They call it give back. We think human beings don't grow by tokenism, they grow by partnership. Tokenism is just to say, I give you something small and you keep quiet. No, but if we are all rich, if we are all really able to purchase things, then it's shared prosperity. That's why we're willing to take a risk. So those 20,000 stores are of huge interest to us, and I think that in terms of distribution, we could think about that. Let me complete with so quality controls. We are setting up laboratories. You can see number 3. You can tell us the kind of quality you require. We do it. We do it together. You give us people, we work together. Payment systems. You can say, I want to pay my customers in renminbi. It is our problem. Let us figure out how to receive renminbi payments. Shipping charges and no knowledge. Again, we can look at the unit cost of shipment and what we are able to do within Uganda to work with you to get this product at Mombasa. That's where Sukafina, Glencore, everyone ships from. We can think through that. Finally, the question of cotton fabric. So Uganda consumes 276 million square meters of cloth annually. We only have 2 factories. In between them, they produce less than 10. So there's huge gap. But out of Uganda also we ship to Congo, we ship to South Sudan, so there's more. So suppose we work together on a cotton milling plant, or we work together, meaning that government, you can bring your spinning mill, you can bring your weaving machinery. We buy cotton from farmers. We finance farmers to supply you. And you produce fabric, you sell to Egypt under no tax because Egypt is under the common markets of East and Central Africa. Or under Africa Common Market. That would really give us the full value chain, because now our Uganda just does ginning. You remove the seeds, you gin, you send out. Only one company is doing up to 4 T-shirts that we've been exporting to the US. So it means that we can build these capabilities together on a cotton plant that would supply without having to come to China. You supply as a China-Uganda company in the country. I think I should stop there. I just wanted to introduce, I should have started with that, but Ida tickled me downstairs. She said, no, we don't want roasted coffee. I said, what? No, we have to show you our capabilities. So Brenda is in charge of markets, trade representation, trade hubs, market information. She's done research in 7 African countries. For example, Ghana drinks $500 million worth of tea. I am looking for someone who can process tea out of Uganda just to sell within Africa. Ambassador Kilonzo is the chairman of CN Light in Africa. CN Light is Wilson and Sean. And I want to thank Sean really because he did a lot of connection for us to get to you and Wilson. And if we have any directives from our government to follow through, Alan, that's what he does. The gentleman here is from our Ministry of Information Technology. He came to inspect the capabilities of CN Light, whether they can assemble laptops in Uganda. And Enoch, so that's Joshua. Enoch works with CN Light Uganda. So we're here to make sure that we can come out with a common position to present to the government of Uganda on what we have agreed to do, and to the government of China. We want to make sure that our outcomes are reflected in the September FOCAC summit, because our head of state will come here. He will meet your head of state. We want to agree on the commitments that should be done in Africa and in Uganda. This coffee issue and other materials is one of them. Thank you very much.